interesting. So I had my girlfriend go through and pick 3 different ones to read out that she was interested in. So let's see whether her brain matches up with everyone else's. So we're going to be starting off on alien big cats, and at the end of it I'll go through it, give what I think, and yeah. Stories of mysterious feline creatures being sighted on an English moor, in a Scottish glen, or in a Welsh valley are becoming more commonplace as reports on corrupt politicians. Many people claim to have spotted a gigantic beast roaming in the wilds, its threatening shadow recognizable as that of a cat, of unnatural proportions. So what exactly is out there? According to one theory, these animals are alien big cats, not unworldly life forms as their name suggests, but of earthly origin. They are the original, discarded creatures from circuses, illegally imported collections, zoos, and other travelling shows. They are panthers, pumas, lynxes, ocelots, tigers, cougars, and jungle cats, which have been abandoned to the wild and have joined the feral population. Some believe that the cats that stalk the remote countrysides are hybrids, abandoned wild cats that have found a new home in sparsely populated rural areas, where they are bred with indigenous creatures, producing a new species. This would explain the abnormal size and form, and suggests that they are the product of natural processes of evolution. However, could these felines be undiscovered exotic breeds, which have always existed in isolated numbers, feeding off unattended livestock? The number of sightings has increased from a handful in the hills and mountains of Europe, the US, and Australia in the 1950s, to much more frequent discoveries today. The beast of Bodmin Moor, the Blue Mountains panther, and the Tanalula tiger are no longer unusual tales of mystery and magic. Is this increase explainable by the introduction of tougher animal welfare laws that have forced unscrupulous owners to desert their once prized possessions? Maybe. But what should be made of suggestions that these alien big cats are able to disappear, that they are bulletproof, and they are capable of leaping impossible heights and distances and altering their form? How can the eyes that burn like bright red bulbs be explained? Are these big cats really alien? Have extraterrestrials come to our planet and disguised themselves as giant felines so that they can secretly stalk the as the cat's, or what looks like a cat, is seen in the mall. And it's just a shadow of something, and it's late at night, and the farmers have shot at it and nothing's happened because it's just not there. But that's my thought. Who knows? So, the next conspiracy that my girlfriend chose is simply named black helicopters. So let me flick to that page, and I will do the same as I did with that one, where I will read it out and then go through it and basically unpack what I think. We'll see how long this is. A couple pages. So, black helicopters. On the 7th of May, 1994, a black helicopter pursued a teenage boy for 45 minutes in Harahan, Louisiana. Its exterior gave nothing away, bearing no mark of its origin or owners. The boy was terrified, not so much by the sinister nature of the vehicle itself, but by the threatening stance of its occupants, who had descended from the aircraft and aimed their weapons at him. The boy never discovered why the helicopter had targeted him. The police chief for the area was not forthcoming, insisting that the helicopters belonged to the US government and that the matter was completely out of his hands. A week later, some people travelling in a car near Washington, D.C. had a similar experience. They too were chased, with a black helicopter following their car for several miles. They were completely powerless when the driver tried to escape from the road. A rope ladder dropped from the helicopter, and men in black uniforms carrying weapons started to descend to the ground. There was no option but to do as the men in the aircraft wanted. The driver counts himself lucky that the volume of traffic forced the aircraft to retreat in the end. But does not wish to think that this could have happened to him or his passengers if the road had been deserted. Then, in 1995, a black helicopter threw over a couple's farm in Nevada and sprayed an unknown substance over the area. This is believed to have resulted in the sudden death of more than a dozen of their animals, along with extensive damage to the surrounding vegetation. Official authorities denied any knowledge of the helicopter, the spraying of both urban and rural settings with known chemicals, and the killing of pets, plants and livestock for no apparent reason. Mysterious black helicopters seem to be constantly in evidence, pursuing and terrifying completely innocent victims. They have also been linked with a number of cases of cattle mutilation over the years, as these mysterious aircrafts have been seen in immediate proximity before, during, or after these bizarre crimes have taken place. What is most alarming is that the occupants of the helicopters do not even pretend to have peaceable intentions and are quite prepared to use gunfire and other violent means to their advantage, all the time keeping their identities a secret. In March 1999, there were several sightings of the mysterious black helicopters reported around the Pittsburgh area, many within the space of half an hour. One helicopter was seen to hover over the same residential street for around 5 minutes before leaving. Incredibly, it returned every day for the next 3 weeks and did the same thing each time. No explanation has been given for its actions. There's a very loud car outside my window. Photos have been taken of unmarked black helicopters repeatedly performing unusual maneuvers in the residential areas. Not over military land, as you might expect of a helicopter version of their ever-popular cola drink. They dubbed it New Coke. New Coke had a huge launch campaign and backing from Bill Cosby in its marketing. But despite early public acceptance of the product, it did not do well, and the company quickly backtracked. The speedy reversal is what led conspiracy theorists to be interested in New Coke, and the three most popular theories are mentioned below. One theory is that it was in fact a huge campaign to increase sales. Essentially, the company changed the tried and tested Coke formula with the intention of upsetting consumers so that they would demand a return to the old formula, causing a profitable spike in sales. The Coca-Cola Company's response to this was, "We're not that dumb and we're not that smart." A second theory is that the switch was completely designed to hide the change from using cane sugar in classic Coke to using a far cheaper, high fructose corn syrup, which would alter the taste, if only slightly. By using an interim product, the hope was that the consumers would not notice the difference when regular Coke returned to the market. This is backed up by the fact that the US Sugar Trade Association took out a full-page advert in which it berated Coke for using high fructose corn syrup in the old formula when it was reintroduced. According to another theory, the switch provided cover for the removal of all coca derivatives in the product for the benefit of Drug Enforcement Administrations, which was trying to stop the production of the plant worldwide. Whatever the truth, New Coke has become an integral part of Coke's history and legacy. So, the New Coke idea, it gives you the three prevailing theories, that being that they wanted to cause a profitable spike by having them changing the formula and going back to it, which is definitely a business idea. It's quite a smart one. The second theory being that it was designed to just change the taste so that nobody would notice the slight change by them, releasing a newer product and then reverting back. And the other one being that the removal of coca derivatives in the product, enforced by the DEA in America, caused it to change. Personally, I can see for the first or the second one being the plan. Mainly the second one in my head, being that the switch was designed to decide the change from cane sugar to corn syrup. And I think that because the drop in sales that they would have from the New Coke formula, which is the first theory, there wouldn't be enough of a profitable spike for it to recapture the potential loss that they've made with the New Coke. So it could be. I don't know what the profits were and what the sales were, but I'm thinking that it wouldn't have been a significant enough of a difference for them to have a whole production line set up for it and then have to revert it again. I don't think it was a good enough plan. So,